Thanks, Anthony. We've got two of our favorite friends from Steam Logistics here with us today. We've got Malcolm and Morgan. We're talking a little bit about what goes into recruiting people into a successful growth 3PL company, of course. We had Chris Richards here on Friday talking about what's going on in the market. Today, let's talk about what's going on when it comes to hiring. Guys, thank you all for joining us on FreightWaves Now this morning. Making, like I said, it's always the walk down Market Street, right? You guys are just down our neighbors.
Just down the street. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
We're really excited to be here.
We're excited to have you guys too. Of course, we've got that good partnership with Chris. He's on with us all the time. And you guys talk a lot about being a people-first company at Steam, right?
Definitely.
He touts that every time that we talk to him. And it's super, super important, especially in this industry where it's hard to find people to fill your job seats.
Absolutely.
Talk to us a little bit about what's going on with the company culture and recruiting there at Steam.
Well, we are just really excited about what we have going on. It's self-proclaimed, but I'm just going to go out and say it. We are the fastest growing company in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And it's just so exciting to be able to have people that are just good people. That being a good person is what is going to make your company last for a very long time. So it's just exciting, and being able just to have a hand and just be able to mold that. And of course, with now Morgan joining us, it has really been amazing so far. So
I started with Malcolm just this month in June. And we hired, what, 38 people
38.
This month alone?
Wow.
38 people.
38 people.
And we've already had 19 signed for next month. So, you know, we're not even into July, and we have 19 people on the books to start. And we've got, you know, another 25 we need. So it's really exciting. Every day is different. It's really fast paced. And it's very cool. Malcolm and I know every single person in that office. You know, we know everyone's name. We know their background. It's exciting.
Tough. It's tough. Remembering all those names, you know, it is super tough. But y'all, when I tell you, like, it is so rewarding being able to provide opportunity and just being able to, you know, give somebody an opportunity and a shot that might not have it, you know? So it's amazing. I can't say that enough. You know I'm a dork about this.
We go back and forth all the time, chatting, talking about what's going on over at Steam. You're doing something a little bit different. One of the things I love is that you're introducing the logistics industry to people that didn't know that it was an opportunity and really trying to help with diversity. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So in terms of our recruiting, when we're doing at career fairs, we're at college fairs, historically black college and universities, that's something that I really like to target, because think about it, they don't know this industry. It's not being afforded, it's not being provided, it's not even being shown to them in that manner. If we're able to have conversations and navigate in a certain way and make sure that everybody knows, like, hey, this opportunity does exist. Oftentimes I find that people know that trucking exists. What about putting those trucks into motion? You know, and I think that is so cool. And being able to go to different areas in the city, being able to go, I know we're signing up for a career fair that's a huge HBCU collegiate fair in South Carolina in September. So just being able to really have all these different options is invaluable to us.
And so people talk a lot about the barriers to entry coming into this industry, because they might have an antiquated idea of what transportation and logistics is, right? Whether that's on the sales side, on the broker side, or on the driver side. That's in the industry is not what the stereotype is. At Steam, how are you guys really putting forth this image of, hey, we're going to break down everything that you think that you know about transportation. Here's what the real deal is. What type of information are you guys providing to people to let them know that this is how it is?
I'm going to defer to Morgan on that one.
I think a few things. I think, you know, Malcolm and myself, we represent people who you would not expect to work in logistics. You know what I mean? Especially me, I try to get more women in there every day.
Absolutely.
Something we do that not many companies do is we give everyone a tour. So after you interview with us, you get a tour of the office, and you get to see firsthand that the leadership sits where everyone else sits. You walk by the president, you walk by the CEO, and you have no idea. They're just one in a crowd. You see all of the people working. You see the basketball hoops. You see the putt-putts, you know, you hear the music, you see people wheeling around talking to each other. And I think that more than anything shows people that logistics is not stuffy. You're not in a cubicle. You can express yourself. They see we don't have a dress code. You know, I myself have several tattoos. I've got colorful hair. Like, you can really be yourself at Steam. And that's something that I think no one ever expects from logistics.
Absolutely. And just to add on to that, I mean, look at me. I have dreads growing out the back of my head right now. I'm wearing some camo pants, and I'm on an interview with you guys. I mean, Morgan, we embody what STEAM means, because we want to make sure that everybody knows it's okay, regardless of where you're from, where you've been, you can make something happen of yourself here at STEAM, honestly.
It's so inclusive. It is such an inclusive, equal opportunity company, and that is just amazing. I mean, nowhere else would I be able to represent the company I work for with half my hair blonde.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Seriously.
Yeah.
So, Malcolm, the other big thing is you're talking about the growth in Chattanooga. Is there any expansions throughout the country?
Absolutely. So we just recently opened up an office in Minneapolis. So that has been taking shape and form, domestic, and then eventually we're going to be adding, international presence there as well. We are opening up in Birmingham location beginning next month. We're really excited about that. It's going to be what I would call like a warehouse row hybrid. And it's going to be, in order to attract top talent, you must have a space that is going to keep top talent. So being able to kind of provide a space for them to be successful, we're so excited about that. And there's rumblings of a few other places as we're growing. And
little whispers here and there.
I am so ready to see what the future has to hold.
I'm sure once that whisper becomes a screen, you guys will come back and tell us
Oh,
all about it.
definitely. We have to.
For sure.
So when it comes to attracting that top tier talent, of course, it's finding employees is subjective to your employer. And right now, if you are an employee, it's your market. The world is your oyster. You can go wherever. What are you guys doing to be attractive to these employers? Or what are you offering them that's going to say, hey, come to STEAM, come be awesome with us, come dye your hair purple with us. You know what? I want purple hair too. I want to do it.
I think, and I'll be quick.
Yes, no, please.
I think what really sets us apart is our culture. People come in to interview and it's a place they want to work. They meet me, they meet Malcolm, they meet the team. And they hear about our kickball team, our softball team, they hear the music, they feel the energy. We're so much more than just a company. We really are a big family over there.
So lifelong relationships that are being built daily. And it's just along with the culture piece, the growth opportunities, Neither of us have been with the company longer than 2 years. And look what we've done in just this short amount of time. So being able to say, hey, you can have your hands all over this and you can truly take your career to the next level. I am the STEAM story. I started out on our international sales team. Was I the best seller? No. But I tried harder than everybody else in the room. And that's why we're here today. So if you do that, you'll be successful. And we have so many people that are following in that footstep. So
it's very cool. People who had no prior logistics experience who are now managers and have a team under them. People who came from the landscaping industry, from the hospitality industry, who have just built something amazing and grown. And it's really cool to watch.
So cool.
You can really build your own little empire there.
You can.
That was the one other question I was just going to ask is previous experience. I mean, you mentioned career fairs, but you don't have to be from the trucking world in order to get started here. And it's not too late to join in on this. I mean, it sounds like it's still semi-ground level because the growth here, the opportunity here is through the roof.
Our leaders that we have in place are some of the best in the industry. And I say that wholeheartedly. I think they are the best. We can teach logistics. We can teach supply chain. I can't teach you to work hard. I can't teach you to show up on time. I can't teach you to be a good teammate. You either have it or sadly you don't. We want the people that have it. So.
For growing as fast as we are, we're very picky. If you don't fit in with our culture, if you're not going to vibe with us, if you're not going to hit the ground running and work hard and build your business every day, we're sorry, but go somewhere else.
I like that. It's about being selected too, the people that you bring in, because that's how you grow to success like you guys have done. Talk to me a little bit about the growth, obviously the business that you've done in 2020. What's going up in the future? You mentioned the offices coming up, but as far as building your global empire, what's next for both of you guys?
That's a tough question. I want to keep doing what we're doing, but eventually, of course, Morgan and myself, we're gonna have to recreate ourselves. Two people cannot handle a business that is going to reach over 200 million in total sales this year.
No, we do. What did we calculated? We do something like 45 phone interviews a week. Wow. The two of us, and that's not counting the in-persons and the tours. And right now, we're mainly hiring for one office. Once we really hit the ground running, and the two of us are hiring for 3 offices, we're gonna need, more sets of M&M.
We're the M&M team. So you got Malcolm and Morgan, but Morgan and Malcolm M&Ms.
Love that.
So Malcolm, the other thing I have to talk about is, so if you haven't followed Malcolm on LinkedIn, please do, because he is one of the best recruiters to watch in action. Those videos, I love everything about it. But with the meteoric growth that you're having right now, the other big thing is retention. I always hear about people coming to STEAM, like, hey, I'm making a transition to STEAM. I don't really hear often people leaving STEAM. Can you talk about what you're doing for retention?
I'm excited. We were just actually looking at our retention this morning. Q1, 10% turnover rate. In this industry, guys, that's unheard of.
Right.
This quarter currently, we're hovering right around 9%. It is unheard of, and I think that has a lot to do with our culture. Are we perfect? No. Are we going through growing pains right now? Absolutely. But when I tell you, it is about the people and knowing like, hey, is everything okay? Let me take 5 minutes out of my day to make sure XYZ is okay. That is how we are being successful right now. That's how we're retaining employees, and that's how eventually we're gonna keep top talent for tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I would say that too. And I would say that our commission plan is very, very fair because there's no cap. There's no punishment for being successful at STEAM. If you bring in, top tier profits, you are going to get top tier commission that month, and we're proud of you, and we're going to hand it to you with a smile. And that's something that I think a lot of companies, they'll cut you off at the knees if you start rising too fast or too much, and we do not do that. We are only as strong as our weakest link, and so we try to make sure all of our employees are raised up all the time.
There's no punishment for success.
That was awesome.
Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Obviously, they have the best top-tier recruiting talent game in Chattanooga, it seems like. Take a little walk down Market Street, go join STEAM Logistics, and thank you guys for joining us on FreightWaves Now.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, yeah. Love that segment. Go give them a follow on LinkedIn, too. Apparently, Anthony Smith, he thinks that they're the best in the game.
Top notch.
Thanks, guys.